All right, let's get right into it. So you've got the Mac Studio, an absolute beast of a machine, and you've paired it with the gold standard, the Pro Display XDR. The foundation is solid, but where do you go from there? How do you build that out to create a truly ultimate command center? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
Look, your Pro Display XDR is the anchor, right? It's your ground truth for color, for clarity, it's perfect. But a real command center needs a full team. You need specialists on the field that bring completely new skills to the table. Things that your XDR, frankly, wasn't even designed to do. So the real question is, who are you going to recruit for the team?
To do this right, we need a game plan. So think of it like this. You're adding two key players to your setup. First up is the Vanguard display. This is your main monitor, the one that's pushing the absolute boundaries with all the latest and greatest tech. Then you've got the productivity pillar. This is your dedicated vertical monitor, a specialist tool that's been sharpened for one critical job, making your workflow just sing.
So let's kick things off with that Vanguard monitor. This is your first and probably your most important decision. And let me tell you, it's not just about picking specs off a sheet. It's about choosing a core philosophy for how you actually want to work and play.
This really boils down to two main paths you can take. On one side, you have the philosophy of maximum immersion. We're talking the biggest, most all-encompassing experience you can possibly get. And on the other side, optimal productivity, a much more balanced approach that's all about ergonomics, workflow, and just seamless integration with your Mac. There is no single right answer here, just the one that's right for you.
Okay, so let's explore that first path, maximum immersion. This philosophy isn't just about getting a bigger screen, it's about a complete paradigm shift in scale. It's all about creating a panoramic experience that totally fills your field of view. You know, that true cockpit feeling right at your desk.
And the undisputed champion of this philosophy is, well, it's an absolute monster. We are talking about 57 inches of screen. This thing isn't just a monitor, it's a whole statement piece. Now, the Samsung Odyssey Neo G9 isn't just big for the sake of being big. It's how all these crazy specs work together that creates the magic. That dual 4K resolution, it means you literally have the workspace of two 4K monitors side by side, with a pixel density that keeps text looking razor sharp on macOS. That super aggressive 1000R curve wraps the screen around you, and the mini LED panel delivers HDR performance that some say gets darn close to OLED. But you don't have to worry about burn-in. It's kind of the best of all worlds. But let's be real, that massive size comes with some trade-offs. As one source perfectly puts it, bigger isn't always better. For a lot of people, a 57-inch display can just be overwhelming, maybe even impractical for a normal desk. And that brings us perfectly to our second philosophy.
This path, it's not about having the absolute biggest screen. It's about having the absolute best screen for creative work. It's all about prioritizing what some call the ergonomic sweet spot, focusing on pixel density, professional features, and just creating a balanced, comfortable place to get stuff done.
And the key spec that really defines this whole approach is 5K 2K. Now, what does that mean? It means you get the same vertical height as a 4K monitor, which is great, but with 33% more space horizontally, and it's all packed into a much more manageable size. And the champion of this philosophy is the Dell UltraSharp U3223QE. Just look at these specs. They absolutely scream professional workflow. That 40-inch size is considered by so many to be the ergonomically perfect work monitor. The IPS black panel doubles the contrast of a normal IPS display, making everything pop. And the connectivity? Oh man, a single Thunderbolt 4 hub that delivers a whopping 140 watts of power plus a KVM and an Ethernet port built right in. It's literally a docking station in a monitor. So here's the bottom line when you put them side by side. The Samsung Neo G9 is all in on ultimate immersion, with its insane size and killer mini-LED tech. The Dell U4025QW is laser-focused on optimal productivity, with its perfect ergonomic size and workflow-first features. And here's the super important detail they both get right. Excellent text clarity on macOS. Why? Because they both use a standard RGB subpixel layout, a little detail a lot of other high-end monitors surprisingly mess up. So which one you choose really just depends on your main priority.
All right, let's move on to our second monitor. Now that the Vanguard is sorted, we need our productivity pillar. Remember, this monitor has one job, and one job only: to be the absolute best vertical display for things like coding, where text clarity is everything. And to find the perfect monitor for that job, we have to obsess over one single metric: PPI, or pixels per inch. It's just because of how macOS renders fonts. A higher PPI is the single most important thing for getting that crisp, retina-like text that's super easy on your eyes during those long work sessions. This brings us to another choice, another fork in the road. Do we go for a totally unique, specialized tool that's only designed for vertical use? Or do we pick a versatile powerhouse that crushes that one task but can also do a whole lot more? Now, the specialized challenger here is the LG Dual Up, and it's a really cool, innovative design. It has this unique 16:18 aspect ratio. It's like having two monitors stacked on top of each other. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch, its pixel density is only 140 ppi. For Mac users, the sources are crystal clear on this. That's a significant drawback, and the text just isn't going to be as sharp as it could be.
And that, my friends, leads us to the definitive choice, the monitor that just wins on the data, delivering way better performance for our main task while also offering incredible flexibility. The Dell UltraSharp U3223QE.
And here's the simple reason why. 163 ppi. That higher pixel density is the knockout punch. On macOS, the difference between 140 and 163 isn't small. It's the difference between good enough text and truly excellent, crisp, clear text.
So let's just recap why the Dell wins so decisively. First, that superior 163 ppi for text. Second, it also has that awesome IPS black text so your code just pops against a dark background. Third, when you pivot it vertically, you get a massive 3840 vertical pixels. That's even more than the specialized competition. But the real clincher is its versatility. It's not just a vertical monitor, it's a world-class 4K monitor in any orientation, and it's also a full KVM and connectivity hub. It just makes zero compromises.
Okay, we've chosen our specialists. We've got our Vanguard and our pillar. Now, let's bring it all together and lay out the final, simple strategy for building your command center.
The whole decision-making process is actually incredibly simple. Step 1, choose your Vanguard philosophy. Are you on team maximum immersion or team optimal productivity? Step 2, add the productivity pillar. And the Dell U2723QE is the perfect partner for the job, no matter which Vanguard you end up choosing. It's that simple.
So the ultimate takeaway from all this is simple. Align your tech to your specific workflow. If you value that all-encompassing, mind-blowing, immersive experience above all else, the Samsung Neo G9 57-inch is your Vanguard, no question. If you prioritize a balanced, ergonomic, and hyper-productive setup for creative work, then the Dell U4025QW is your champion. And in both of those setups, the Dell U2723QE joins the team as the undisputed, best-in-class productivity pillar for coding.
And that just leaves one final question for you to answer. After seeing these two completely distinct philosophies and the specialist tools that go with them, which path are you going to take? Are you going maximum or are you going optimal? Which command center will you build?